Good morning, YouTube. Well, today's kind of an interesting day. I kind of came across a pretty cool deal on a 1980 Triumph. I haven't messed with a Triumph in a very long time. I don't know what kind of shape this thing's in. From the pictures, it looks pretty rough. But you know what? I freaking love these old cars. So we're on our way to go check it out. I just wanted to stop and do, a quick little video, let you know what's going on. And when we get there, I will try to take some video if the person's okay with it. And at least I'll get some shots of the car. But I'm kind of excited. I haven't worked on one of these in years. Like I said, I used to do MGs, and God, I was crazy in love with MGs for years and years and years. And they were kind of the vein of my existence, to be honest with you, because I tell you, they're tinker toys. But pretty cool car. I don't know too much about it, like I said, but it looks pretty interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, so these are the pictures I took while I was looking at the Triumph. As you can see, if you'll notice the picture right there with the carpet underneath, that was absolutely saturated. As you can see, there wasn't much of any top left. It was just getting rained in, completely soiled. And what you can't see in the backyard is that entire back area was carpeted. I guess he laid carpet, and whenever he had extra pieces, he put it down in the back. So it was sitting in a pretty crazy environment. So, but that's what I had. Hey, good morning guys, this is Bobby with Flippin' Nuts. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I found several months ago, I found this really cool Triumph. I'll give you the specifics on it when we start walking around the car. But I tell you, ever since I was a kid, these old British cars have just been, just a passion of mine. I haven't worked on one in a while, but I love the old cars. I can remember when I was 12 years old, 11, 12, 13 years old, 14 years old. I couldn't wait back then. This kind of sound ridiculous, but back then the Auto Trader was a magazine, and you had the Auto Trader, Foreign Car Trader, Boat Trader, Exotic Race Car Trader. You had all these, and they would come out on Thursday, and I could not wait till Thursday. I would get on my dirt bike, ride the dirt roads up to the Grand's store and a package store, and just wait for the guy to get there. I usually had it timed pretty well. I could get there and get one of the first copies, because that was the key. You get the first copy, you got a shot at getting something, unless it's been in there for a few weeks. And but I used to I would collect. Actually, I would cut out the ads for the different MGs and Triumphs and those cars, and it was just funny. I just really love those old cars. And then when I was 14, I had enough money saved. I sold my dirt bike. Actually, I had to sell my dirt bike, but that's another story. But had enough money, and my mom and a gentleman by the name of Ron Sharpless helped me pick up my first car. It was a 1962 MG Midget. It came with 5 engine blocks and boxes and boxes of parts, and that's actually how I started really working on cars. But anyway, so let's check out this Triumph and see if we can get this thing running. I know it's been sitting for years, and you've probably seen it in a couple of my videos in the background. I just haven't got around to messing with it, and today's the day. I really want to see if we can get this car running, so let's check it out. All right guys, so here it is. This is a 1980 Triumph Spitfire, and it has been sitting, I believe, since 2004. That was the last paperwork, registration on it, and you can tell the guy that I got the car from actually had it sitting in his backyard, and he had taken and put carpet everywhere, on every flat surface in his backyard. And so obviously Florida is soaking wet, and of course so this thing was sitting on wet carpet for God knows how long. So it's got a good amount of rust. It's probably not savable, but the guy told me if I wasn't buying it, he was going to take the motor out of it, which I doubt if he was actually going to do, and then crush the car, which I don't know what you'd get, maybe 35 cents for this thing crushed. I can't imagine it'd be worth a whole lot. All right, that will work. Let me get this roof off. Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit crusty. I mean, it's a shame too, because the car, you can tell, was actually a pretty decent little car. I mean, it is rough. It's showing I don't know if you can see that. It's like 93,000 miles. So it was getting driven. It was getting driven. That's a ton of miles for these old cars. I don't think I've ever seen one with that many miles on it. So that's that. It acts like it has a gearbox, but it's either missing the drive shaft or it's disconnected. The gearbox is disconnected from the shifter, because I don't know, the shifter feels like it's going in gear. But anyway, who knows? I'll get into that if I can get it running. I doubt very seriously if I'll be able to get this car running. But hey, we're going to give it a shot. I got Cam out here with me, so he's going to help me get this hood open. We'll see what happens. There you have it. It is a little crusty. Could be a little worse. Obviously you can see there's a good bit of corrosion if you look at the post and then under the hood there. But as far as the engine compartment goes, it really doesn't look, I mean, it does look bad, but I've seen worse. The actual frame and whatnot on the car isn't corroded, which is kind of stunning considering how wet it was where it was sitting. I'm gonna go around the other side. Hang on. Like I said, that's really surprising considering where it was at. I mean, it looks like somebody put a little fiberglass in the battery tray, so you know that was already corroded. But I'll be honest, I was expecting it to be a lot worse. Somebody's already been in here at some point. I don't know what they were trying to do. Boy, that's an old filter. But hey, all we can do is give it a shot. If it works, how cool will that be? But let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I don't even know if this motor is stuck. I'm gonna go around the other side and see if I can reach in there and see if this crank pulley will even turn over. Let's check that out right quick. Yeah, no, it's not turning. Oh, it is turning. It's turning. Now, I'm not sure what this hole right here is. Something's missing that was there. So that's been letting God knows what in the intake there. Hopefully that's not going straight into the motor, but I don't see anything here. So carburetor It doesn't look too awful bad. I mean, you got to figure this thing has been sitting here. I mean, there's not a lot of debris in here. Imagine this stuff is probably gonna crumble pretty quick. Yeah, it's pretty well locked up. Let's see what I can do to get it loosened up. And see what I can do to get it loosened up, and then we'll go from there. All right. See anything else here that's really disconnected. Somebody, it looks like, at some point put another fuel pump on here. No idea how old that is. And yeah, that would have been for our fuel line. So it looks like somebody tried to put a fuel pump on here, so that makes me a little nervous. Because somebody went to some trouble, it looks like, to try and get this thing started. Hey, you know what? It is what it is, right? That's half the fun, trying to figure this stuff out. All the dead spiders. Wow, look at that. It's almost new.
Crazy.
Okay, so that's a good sign. I mean, these are new points. Oh, got electronic ignition on it. You know what, let's just put a battery in and see what happens. Somebody at some point, that's new. I mean, that's not new, but it's really clean. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and put a battery in and see what happens. All right, guys, so I got a battery. Yeah, it's probably a little too big, but I just need to test, you know. Obviously, we're not going to be going down the road with this thing. It's any good. It's out of the Mazda. Come here. Yep, 12.7, that should be plenty to start this thing. Alright, like I said, I think this is way more battery than I would ever need for this car, but it is what we have, so. Alright, let's see if we start any fires. Okay, nothing is blowing up. That's on.
Okay, that works.
That's in. That's something. Okay, turn the key to start. Okay, stop. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't.
No fire. No spark from the coil. Apparently. This way. Well, alright guys, so what I'm going to have to do is track down a coil. Looks like our coil, we're not getting any juice from our coil to our distributor. The wires are pretty corroded, so I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup on the wires and then see if I can find a coil for it, and we will be right back.
Actually,
It's pretty bad. It needs to be cleaned. Obviously the seat cushions are done. The bottom part. I mean, they're all done. But look, it's all there. I mean, even the backs. All that stuff's kind of neat. Cam's going to give it an attempt on vacuuming it out, all that. You know, to be honest, it looks like rust. It probably is rust, which is sad. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's just clumpy dirt, right? But judging by the inside of the car, or excuse me, the where this car was sitting, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that was all rust. Anyway, he's going to give it a whirl with the vacuum. Check that out, guys. That's pretty neat. Okay, bye. How cool is that? Oh, got a little Daddy Longlegs doing his thing. Got a little light here, I guess. That's pretty cool. A little oil pressure gauge. Oh, there is some paperwork in there.
What? Got paperwork? Oh, it's the mid.
Oh, it's for radio.
Wow. Oh.
Okay. There's some other stuff in there, guys, but I can promise you, you would not want to grab that.
Perfect.
Eggs. What kind of eggs?
I have no idea.
Eggs?
Eggs.
That's kind of horrifying. Yeah, get all them spider webs out of there. Them spider webs are making me lose my mind. Yeah, you'd really have to love these cars not to try and save this one, but I do love them. I don't know if there's something that could be done with this. If you guys have any ideas, you know, let me know. I mean, it's just the edges that are crispy. Right? Little sheet metal work, right? Good as new. It's definitely worth doing. Now we need to just vacuum out all those spider webs and all the other creepy stuff. This is going to be our Halloween special car. Alright. Alright, so that's a little better. Cam was doing his thing on there, getting it wiped down. He didn't do the dash or anything like that yet.
Nope.
But at least he got some of the critters out of there, or the critter nests, if you will. Said he found 12 dirt dauber nests and a couple wasp nests. So I hate that we've destroyed the home for so many living beings. So, but anyway, at least it's cleaned out. We still got to do back here yet, bud. And you'd think there wouldn't be anything in here; they would just fall through the floor. That's a shame. This thing had 5 brand new tires. That's a shame. The ones on the car are pretty well dry rotted, but they're all like brand new tires. Anyway, it's a shame. Somebody really loved this car, and then somebody let this car die. You know, it's people that buy cars, it's almost like they just want other people to not be able to have them. And then I guess it doesn't matter. It's their car. They can do whatever they want. But then they take it, and then they let it just rot. You know, they stick it in a hole where nobody else can see it, and they just let it rot. I just don't understand that. I wish those people would take a cab. Anyway, I will get back to you guys when the coil comes in, and we'll see if we can get this thing running. Right now, because the nuts, the bolts are rusted in here, so I'm going to put this coil on here just so we can see if we can get fire, some little bit of power. I do have power going to the coil, so I know that's good. So I'm going to hook this up real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so I got the coil hooked back up and wired. Again, if I was going to do anything more with this car, I'd probably doing a lot more cleaning these wires up and whatnot. I could not get this coil out right now. We're just trying to get this car running. I'm going to see if it'll crank, start, and so that's as far as we've gotten right now. Alright. We have fire.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, started. Go. Okay. Stop for a minute. Wait till I tell you.
It's not even on.
Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us on our Halloween special, the Triumph from the hot place, with all our spiders and bugs and wasps and everything else that was climbing out of this thing. I cannot believe we got it going. I'm so excited. This car really blows my mind. As long as it's been sitting out, 14 years this car's been sitting out. It looks like somebody at some point attempted to get this thing started. They put a new distributor cap, they put a new rotor, you know, they put an external fuel pump on there, and then just, I guess, lost interest and let the car sit. And it's such a shame, because all it was, it looks like all it was a coil. But we went and got that, and presto magico, it starts right up. So anyway, what a great thing. So listen, if you guys want to see anything else on this car, maybe see if we can get it running down the road, just let us know. Put a comment in the comment section. But as for me and Cam, I think we're good for right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you can, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. hit the notifications, whatever you can do. It'll all help me out. I really would appreciate it. But happy Halloween. I hope you guys have a great night.